I'd like to invite Dr. Purohit.
Good afternoon, everybody. After this wonderful discussion about the guide wire, their anatomy and all these things, and I have forgotten my anatomy, which I used to remember when I started my MBBS career in first year. After that, when I went into this practical, I had forgotten what anatomy and all these things. Only I remembered only the practical aspects. And I'm really thankful to Dr. Pramod for reminding us about the properties of guide wire. What mainly we do in our cath lab is, when we start learning our angioplasties from our seniors, like Dr. Rath and Dr. Shailendra, Dr. Pramod Kumar, they are so experienced people. We initially start looking at them and seeing what wire they are using for a particular type of lesion, without even knowing what exactly is the anatomy behind it, why they are choosing that wire, and then we try to simulate it, we try to copy it, and then subsequently when we start doing the things on our own, we get used to those kind of wires, and that is what is called, whichever wire you are familiar, try to take that wire. Just for the background knowledge, we must know what are the properties of this wire and accordingly do it. But remember one thing, when you are doing any intervention, you start with the wire which you are very familiar with. Don't try to take too many wires at too many times. Every month or every 3 months, a new wire is coming with a different properties. Don't try to experiment too much. Just be familiar with the wire and go ahead with it. And if you are in difficulty, then with this basic anatomical knowledge and knowledge about the anatomy, you can choose which wire to take. And after Dr. Pramod's talk, my talk is pretty simple. When and how to use support wire in PCI. You know, when we do PCI, as per our criteria, we have different types of lesion, type A, type B and type C. Type A lesion, most of the workhorse wires will be quite good for you. But when it comes to type B lesion, that means you have a moderate to heavy calcification, you have a total occlusion which is less than 3 months old, or you have a tortuosity, or you have a bifurcation, or you have quite a diffuse disease. In these situations, many times the usual workhorse house, it may cross. But when it comes to taking a device to smoothen the lesion, like you want to use a debulking device, or you want to use a IVUS catheter, or you want to take a stent, it may not go through all those lesions, and that is where you need little more support for your PCI, and that is where you need to know about these support wires. As Dr. Pramod said, what is the purpose of the guide wire? It is basically to track the vessel, to access the lesion, to cross the lesion automatically. All these things usually can be done by a workhorse wire, except if it is a CTO. And then you need this additional support if you are planning to track your interventional devices. That is where my topic base is on. We have different families of wires, workhorse wire, extra support wire, hydrophilic wire, stiff tipped wire, special wires. Workhorse wire is for routine. Extra support, as I said. Hydrophilic is mainly if you are having tortuosity and angulations, and stiff tip basically if you are trying to cross a CTO. And when do we need a support when we are doing an intervention? We need support wires only when we have a very angulated lesion, when you have a circumflex which is almost taking a 90-degree angle, or when you have a RCA which is coming anomalously, and in the middle of the RCA you have a sharp bends and you are trying to access the distal part, or if you have an instant restenosis, or if the lesion is located very distally, like in the PDA or in the terminal part of the OM, and the OM is having an acute takeoff, or if the right coronary or the LAD is energizing anomalously. These are the situations where you require an additional support. Otherwise, your stent may not pass, your balloon may not pass, and if you are trying to use IVUS or a atherectomy device, or even you are trying to use a cutting balloon, which itself is a very stiff balloon, these stiffer things may not cross or may not take all these angles and tortuosities. And then the question comes, how do we track them? That means, how do we increase the support? The increase of support can be because of two things. Either we make our wires little stiffer, or we increase the support of the existing wire which is there. This is basically done by, if we have taken a soft wire, then we can take a microcatheter. This microcatheter will track and then remove the soft wire and put a additional extra support wire. Or you can increase the support of this wire or the guiding by taking what we call as a mother-in-child catheter. Mother-in-child, basically we have two different types. One is guide liner, Another guideline is, so you can choose when you are deciding the lesion, based on the lesion abnormality, lesion characteristic, you can decide which type of wire you need to take. And the diameter of the core actually decides how much flexible or how much support the wire is going to give you. We have different types of wires based on their support, and basically you can see, I'll just name, this is the light wires, that means the support is very minimal. They are from the Boston Scientific, the Choice family of wires, or the Asahi light wire, or the high torque Whisper low strength wire, or this Whisper, or we have the balanced middleweight wire, or from the Cordis also stabilizer, super soft, and all these wires are there. For intermediate support, we have the PT Graphics loose wire, Whisper middle strength wire, or we have BMW wires, or in the Ginger family we have the Ginger support wire. These are the intermediate support wires. And if you still need a very, very high support, extra support, then we have a Choice extra support wire or Choice PT extra support from the Boston Scientific. We have the Ironman and Mailman wire, which are quite regularly used, or if in the Whisper family, you can have the Whisper extra support wire. And Balance heavyweight wire is the wire from the Abbott company. And in the Cordis, we have the Stabilizer Plus wire. So these are the various names, but we don't have to go by any specific company. It only depends, as I said, from your experience, whichever wire you are comfortable. When you need an extra support, take that wire. And I will just briefly describe one or two techniques. This is the child in mother technique, which I have found very useful. If there is a very tortuous anatomy in the right coronary, or if the circumflex is taking an acute bend, or if you have a very long left main and the circumflex is taking almost a 90-degree bend, and there is a lesion or a calcification, and then the stent or the balloon do not take those angles. So in those situations, you can use this technique, which is very good. And the only problem is you have to, this technique gives almost more than 70% extra support, but if you are not careful, you may cause dissection. And be careful when you are using this technique, don't try to inject through the mother catheter. Always inject through the 5 French catheter, otherwise you will induce a air embolism. And this is how it looks. You can see the tortuous anatomy of the RCA, and you see the lesion here. The usual wire can cross, but the stent will never cross. So this is the original catheter, you can see the 6 French catheter, and then this is the smaller catheter, the 5 French catheter, which has tracked right down up to here. And then it was very easy to push the stent here, and you can see the final result here. So this is a beautiful technique, and you can use it. And this is anchoring balloon, which is quite widely used. If you are a right coronary, you can put your balloon into the conus branch. This is the lesion, and you can see they have passed a wire, kept a balloon here, and they put a stent here. This is a buddy wire technique, where if you have a calcific or difficult lesion where the stent is not crossing, you can cross one wire and then you can take one more wire. The advantage is that the second wire, either it will help in slippage of the stent, or it will give more support to the passage of the second stent. So these are some of the techniques which can be applied, but one important thing is, if you are using these extra support wires, and if there is a very tortuous anatomy, many a times you will induce accordion effect. So at that time we have to be very careful, and then decide what type of support wire, whether we have to use this stiffer wire, or you can still take a soft wire, and with the help of this mother and child catheter, we can overcome this accordion effect and go ahead with the angioplasty. So with each intervention, the technique will be individualized. Based on your experience, you can go ahead and do it. Thank you very much for your kind attention.